So we are live, sort of recording. Mr. Jovani in the studio. We chop no on the show.
Yes, so
What's up, my brother? What's happening?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, I'd like you to introduce yourself to the people who are watching
Okay.
right now.
Hello, people. My name is Jovani. I'm a gospel artist. I also do inspirational music, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Giovanni, you said he's a gospel artist, so I like to know when I say a young guy like you now, but especially you do hip hop, so that's a rave now. So why gospel? Why did you decide to do gospel?
Well, honestly, I didn't choose gospel. Gospel chose me.
That's so
'Cause
now they talk.
I came from the secular music angle too.
Oh.
Growing up listening to hip hop, R&B, R. Kelly and all. But along the way, when I was growing up, going to the university, when I
Okay.
decided to do this thing, I just had a yearning in my heart that I should do gospel, that I should use my talent for God, that I should not do secular music. I don't have a problem with others doing secular music, but
Okay.
this is what
Just
I
your
was
personal
born to
resolve.
do. Yeah, so I just decided to do.
Well, that's
Gospel.
interesting. So what's your creative process like? Like how do you come about compose your
Wow. The truth is, sometimes I can just be on my own, mind my own business, and inspiration will just come. Maybe a chorus or a sound, or I could just see a banner or a flyer. I could just see a word, and my mind will just start creating an harmony with that word. Sometimes I could sleep, I could have a dream that I was singing a song, or I heard someone singing a song. Then I get up and I start writing. That is it just comes. It's not in one particular way or order. It just comes anyhow it wants to come. I get
okay
inspiration. that way.
okay, but let me ask you something tricky. Like if you get somebody comes like Sonny comes now with a big deal and says, you know what, we need you to stop doing gospel, we need you to start doing secular
Okay.
with a very healthy deal. Are you going to
The truth
going to
is,
consider it, or is it
I
going to
won't consider it.
be so just gospel?
This is what I was born to do. Gospel stroke inspirational music. Anything positive. I'm not for all those other kind of music. Nah, it doesn't move me, it doesn't satisfy me. What I do, I want to create like a lasting legacy. Music that can be used till the end of the world, not something that will reign for 3 months and fade away. I want something that would last, something that you can listen to with your family, your wife, your kids, something that they can use for movie soundtracks even in 20, 10 years after. Something people can still download and vibe to. Music with meaning, like Asiko and other tracks.
Okay, so how do you see gospel music in Nigeria currently? Like right now, how do you see it? Because I know back then there used to be the gospel that I used to sell in Nigeria used to be a particular trend. What's the name of this Igbo girl?
Chioma Jesus.
Choma Jesus. I think before when Choma Jesus, the
Adad,
was the girl that she and her husband were singing. I think they broke up.
I can't remember. Sing the song.
Let me sing like this. So there's this song about send down fire to the burning bush. Or
Holy
something.
Ghost fire.
No. Chill. It's an Igbo song. Oh God, how did I forget this song?
I don't know.
Okay, you know what? Is it Chinye or something? This time among other gods, the difference is clear.
I can't remember.
It used to be this particular
flow
trend of this thing, but I
Yes.
think right now in Nigeria we are having people who are coming up with a different style of gospel.
Gospel.
Okay, so what's your peak on how far we have come? But do you think there's still room for improvement? Do you think we're at the peak of where
Gospel
we
music has gone really far.
are? Okay.
Because I think I read somewhere that Sinach had the highest view on YouTube.
For that particular track,
I think
or
in
based on
Nigeria.
what? Okay, in Nigeria.
Yes, that Sinach had the highest view. I'm not sure if it's they put it side by side with secular music, but
Okay,
Sinach had
okay.
the highest view on YouTube.
Okay.
But there's still room for improvement in terms of what we produce, our content as artists.
Okay.
Because I, for instance, when you play my songs, you can put it side by side with secular artist music.
Okay.
Because a lot of people tend to spiritualize gospel music, so they tend to water it down. The professionalism, the musicology, they water everything down just to kind of appear spiritual. Music is music. It is your message
Okay. So
that matters.
I was going to ask you that. Are you part of those people that say gospel is the message? Like, you know, gospel songs. Most people think gospel song has to sound a particular way. Do you think it's the sound, or do you think it's the message that matters?
Gospel music is all about the message. It's not about the beat. I can use any beat.
Okay, sorry. Let me ask you. Do you consider this? Chineke na-emezokwanu beyezeke gegengegenge? Is that gospel to you? Would you call that gospel?
The truth is, assuming that song was not sung by the person,
Okay.
because the person represents an ideal, and that's where the problem comes from.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
one guy sang Teshumole. Assuming it was a gospel artist that sang Teshumole, and the verses are not what that guy sang, and he put something like victorious dance as in the lyrics, and he put that Teshumole. I don't see anything wrong with Teshumole.
You know what? We might need to fast go back a little bit. So,
Okay.
Are you saying it also depends on who is singing?
It depends on who is singing. It depends on what you represent.
I might want to disagree with you there.
Of course,
So,
feel
are
free.
you saying if because I am not in the gospel line, I cannot sing a song and call it gospel?
You cannot sing a song and call it gospel. You can call it inspirational.
Sorry.
Especially if what you represent is not Christ-like. Maybe all your life you represented hard drugs. You represented living on the fast lane. Then all of a sudden, you want to drop a gospel song without really saying you have given your life to Christ. You just go into the studio, you do a gospel song, and then you expect us to just call you a gospel artist. It's not done like that.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Jovani. I have to really dab around right now. So are you saying you have to necessarily be a Christian or a born again before we can say you're a gospel artist?
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
First of all, personally,
Okay.
you have to be Christ-like. That implies being born again.
Okay.
Then, second of all, you have to represent an ideal. What do you are a brand as an artist.
Yes.
What do you represent? If I'm smoking and I'm living a fast life, I'm doing cocaine, I'm doing anyhow, and I'm singing gospel, I don't think that's something you can sell.
I'm hoping we're not going to catch you sleeping one day. We're not going to catch you.
Me personally, nah. Personally, I don't do drugs. I don't do all
What
those.
if it's to hype your music? Won't you do that? Like just one scandal?
Why will a gospel artist hype his music with cocaine or
No.
cigarettes?
I mean, like,
to
like
use a
those scandal, like
to,
just use something like that to
nah,
just kind of.
I got this far without using a scandal
Okay.
to boost myself.
That's-
Whatever God has a hand in, God will do it himself. You don't need to involve scandal or like this guy called Juicy Smollett in Empire that went into some scandal because he wanted to boost himself. At the end of the day, did he get the desired result? But if he had continued jeje with his career, maybe, so you don't need scandal. For what? Where you will get to in life, you get there, especially if God has a hand in what you are doing.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. So that means we should not. Okay, this is the problem I have now. With what you say, what if we have if I'm to organize a show, a gospel show, and I tell someone like what's the guy that did this song I talked about?
Teshumole.
No, this Chineke and this
Fino,
and I invite him to say, okay, just come and sing this particular song, because it to me actually, you know what, I always say the message has to be gospel. This is why I would not call that song a gospel song. The lyrics were not really gospel. The chorus was gospel per se, kind of.
But the lyrics,
like the rap, especially the verses, were not gospel.
The video too. There was a masquerade there now.
I don't know about that. You can get away with anything. You
You can get yeah. You're right.
But like Olamide's verse now, Olamide kind of took it away from the gospel completely.
Exactly.
So that might be my own problem of why I cannot call it a gospel song.
Okay.
But I believe if you do something that is, if you do something that is strictly biblical, not necessarily inspirational. That's just my personal
I
belief.
think what
Anyway.
you are trying to say is like you are comparing Fino to an artist like R. Kelly.
Thank you. I was going to say R. Kelly. What have you,
I
R.
don't have
Kelly
a problem with R. Kelly's
R. Kelly
music.
has strictly gospel music,
Exactly.
and he does strictly
R&B and worldly secular song.
Exactly.
I
So
get your point.
what do you call his songs that song gospel? Because
R. Kelly sings gospel songs. Nobody can contest that. But what he does is he separates his gospel from his secular. I don't know how he was able to brand himself.
I think he has,
but he did it.
Yeah, I think he did some songs that were a album that was strictly
Gospel. Yes.
then
In
he
fact,
did the other
many
one.
churches in Nigeria played it. Choir sang it.
Yes,
You know.
Yes. I testify to that. They actually,
Yes.
it was actually on rave.
I don't know how he
for the
did it,
moment.
but
Okay, so I'm going to ask you back to my question. I just want to make that point down. So I'm going to ask you if you, for example, now are doing a show, you're doing a gospel show, and you have to invite certain people, or there's this urge to invite certain people to your show. Would you invite someone like a Fino? Would you invite like the other guy he said? Would you invite them to?
do you know
just
who I
sing
can
that
invite?
particular
I
song?
can invite Korede Bello to come and sing Godwin. Yes, even Ejio invited him to his church to sing Godwin one time.
I think so.
I don't have a problem with that song. And Korede Bello, to me, I don't know, it's not too worldly to me.
Okay.
You know, everybody has their own standards. Some people are
exactly.
Speedy Coco, they will say lie because of his Jericho. To me, I don't. It's not too worldly to me. What he represents, I can still
okay.
vibe with him. I'm not being judgmental.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know, you are a brand.
Yes, and it matters a lot,
It
especially
matter-
when you're doing
exactly.
You know, because I'm one of those people that have this philosophy that Christians are actually getting it wrong.
Exactly.
You know, we are
We are bringing the world into the
thank
church.
you, something like that. But we're kind of making it. We are making Christianity. I don't know how to use it. Let me not put myself into trouble or put you
Okay.
into trouble. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm avoiding using things that will get people saying, "Oh, but you know, I think people don't really get the whole Christianity vibe. Like I think we said this off camera. Back then, people actually called Christians because they saw them that they were acting like Christ. It was
Okay.
nobody.
Nobody.
introduced themselves
Yes,
as a
yes,
Christian.
yes. You are
It
right.
was because
They were Christ-like.
Yes, exactly. So carrying yourself in that manner. So I think you being an artist and having this philosophy, being a gospel artist, I think it really, really, really helps your brand.
Sure.
So I hope you can actually, keep it up. And
By the grace of God, I know I will
we are
keep it up.
watching. Africa is watching you. Nigeria is watching you.
The whole world is watching me. Yeah, of course
Okay,
I will.
so tell us a little bit about your music career. Like, how many songs have you done? How many tracks do you have an album? Are you working on something? What's up
Well,
with Jovani?
I have like 8 songs or thereabouts, 7, 8 songs.
Okay.
I dropped an album, I think 2014, Emialayi.
Oh, I see.
It was selling. It was selling on MTN Music Plus, Techno Boom Player,
Okay.
you know. And I had a marketer, that part music company marketing it. But right now I have 3 singles out. My latest is Alayo, and it's really trending.
Yeah, I listened to Alayo. Alayo was
Alayo
actually
is
cool.
playing
Actually
in
cool.
London, on radio stations in London, America. Mount Zion Radio is playing it in London. Throne Radio is playing it in America. There are so many radio stations playing it in Nigeria. I've lost count. So many radio stations. If you want to, know more about me and the songs, just go on my Instagram.
Okay.
Just
okay.
click and,
What's
you know.
your Instagram handle? You can just
My
spit it out so
Instagram
everybody knows.
handle is at Real Jovani.
Okay.
REALJOVANI.
Okay. Are you on any other social platform? Can
Sure,
you-
I'm on YouTube.
Okay.
Search me at Real Jovani. That's
Okay.
REALJOVANI.
Okay.
I'm also on Twitter. That's at Bade Joshokpe.
Okay.
But I don't know. That's
We'll probably put a link to the handle or put it up.
JOSOPE. Yeah, you
online.
can. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, where do you hope to get to with your music career, with your gospel music career? Where do you hope to get? Where's that place where you say, okay, I want to get to worldwide, or are you trying to base in Nigeria alone or Africa?
My music is already outside of Nigeria.
Okay, but what do you want to achieve? Like, is there something, or you just want people to listen
What
to
I
your
want to
song,
achieve
or
is, and this is the reason why I decided to do gospel
there-
music
okay,
and inspirational music.
okay,
I want to do music, and I'm already doing it. I'm doing music that is therapeutic,
okay.
music that has meaning. I've gotten a lot of testimonies from people who listen to Alayo. They say they can identify with that song. And that song, when they listen to it, it heals them, because a lot of people are going through a lot even before this corona virus
Yeah.
came. I want to do music that, I want to put gospel music back in its place so that people can listen to music with meaning, not music that will make you want to think that life is all about smoking, drinking, following women, and living on the fast lane. Life is more than that. There's nothing wrong with dressing up. Looking good is good business. I don't have a problem with that.
Like you're looking good right now.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Now,
Even Jesus
he's always represented.
was looking good. Jesus was always representing. You remember when he was crucified? The soldiers were fighting over his attire. They didn't want to release it. They had to gamble. That shows he was wearing correct attire, not my. So I don't have a problem with people looking good, but you have to have a purpose in life. You have to follow that purpose. You have to see beyond the frivolities of life. That's what it means. You have to affect your generation. You have to be the light of the world, the salt of the earth. I am trying to be the light of the world and the salt of the earth. I want to represent positivity. I want to drop songs that 100 years after I'm gone, my songs will still be out there. I want to be at the toppest top of my music career, and God is already taking me there. If there's anything like toppest top, or let me just say apex of my music career, because some people will say Oyinbo for you. I want to be at the apex of my music career.
Apex is not bad.
Exactly.
Okay. I was going to ask you, what's your advice for upcoming artists? Because I know a lot of people might be out there wanting to actually get to a point where they can go to studio, record, especially maybe gospel artists, since you are into gospel music.
Yeah.
What is your advice for those who are coming up, like the aspiring artists, those who want to be artists, who want to be gospel artists? Let's keep it in the gospel. Like, what is your advice for them? And I would like you to advise in this life. How do you tell somebody you should be doing gospel? Because I noticed, like in Nigeria, for example, I have a lot of people who go into church business just because it's of the business side. They just want to make money from it.
Yes.
So do you think if you are good at it and your goal is just to make money from it, do you think it's a good thing to just step into it just for the money, or do you think they have to have that personal value attached to it?
Personally,
Okay.
if you are an aspiring gospel artist,
Okay.
don't start with money. You must have that passion. I left secular music for gospel music. I could have been making money from secular music. I started writing, doing rap attacks, doing all that stuff.
Okay.
But I left it. Those who know me when I was at university, they tell you I'm a badass rapper. Not be saying my. But I left all that. If I was after money, I wouldn't be doing gospel music. Follow your passion.
Okay.
If gospel music is your destiny, if God has proposed it for you, follow it. But don't start with money. When you add value, money will follow you.
Exactly.
When you differentiate yourself, when you make your music unique, not like everybody doing the same thing, just stealing each other's lyrics, lifting each other's lyrics and putting it on a slow beat, and then they say, oh, we are singing worship. Don't be like everybody else. Be yourself. When people say, that song, when they hear your song, they know, now this person, not that it be like say it sound like this person, it be like say, then they no, be yourself, be real. When I was dropping Alayo is different. Alayo is very, very unique. Then you must have a source of income. Probably you get a job or you get a sponsor if your parents are willing to sponsor. Don't depend on church. Even your pastor needs help. No, I'm being frank. A lot of people make that mistake. They say, oh, my pastor will help me, my church will help me. Me, pastor did not help me. And I wish they did, but when they did not help, so it's true. You can't rely on people. Even pastors need help. Everybody needs help. So God will help you. Look for help if you can get it from your parents or your pastor. But if you don't get it, go back to God, pray to God, work hard, get inspiration, write songs that are unique. God will do it.
But you need the talent, Susha.
Of course, you need to be talented. Don't just dabble into it because you saw Sinach singing, you saw Frank Edward, you saw Jovani, or because you saw Jovani is being interviewed on Canerado TV. You want to be there. You must have that talent. It is God that will now take you to places. Just like the parable of the talent, you sow that seed, it will grow, it will germinate. That's it.
really interesting one from Mr. Jovani. I appreciate you coming out to the studio. So
Yeah.
everybody's been Colorado TV, and it's been Jovani in the studio. He's a gospel artist, and the songs are really unique. It's not more like it's not like most gospel artists. I will vouch for that. His songs are actually dynamic. So
Thanks.
thank you so much for coming down to the
Thank you
studio.
for having me. I'm so delighted to be
Pleasure is
here.
mine. We chop knuckle on the show.
Yes,
So we are
I
out.
like the chop knuckle. Da.
You know this Corona period.
Ah.
Everybody's cautious of.
We go use sanitizer. Da. After.
Yeah, we have sanitizer.
Eh.